Grand Rising, Kings and Queens. Welcome to Essential Therapy Wellness Center. How is everyone doing? I just wanted to do a wellness check-in, and I kind of have a topic of discussion that I want to kind of go through today. Thank you all, first of all, for those that have already liked, shared, and subscribed to the channel. Please continue to do so. And also make sure that you include what topics of discussion that you would like to have us talk about. Okay, so stay tuned. We're still on, you guys. I think it's part 4 of an update for our expat Jamaica journey here. So stay tuned for that. We just have been kind of busy these last couple of days, and then we got not put out, sorry. Our internet was cut. Everybody's internet went off one day, so we had to work around that. But anyway, we're going to get back on track with getting you guys updates. So today I want to talk about something that I think is really important to talk about, and that is the temperament of our relationships and how we define and value those relationships. So I work in the medical field traditionally, and one thing we're taught and one thing we desire not to have to happen to us is that we have a one-size-fits-all type of situation. You wouldn't want someone to be treated, your family member, your loved one, to be treated, just the same, have the same medication regimen as the next person, have the same physical therapy regimen as the next person. No, you want to have a customizable, you want to have a regimen that's customized to yourself, your family, or your loved one. So you kind of want to use that as a parallel, if you were, or, just as a figure of a point of reference that we can kind of like identify. Same as it is with our relationships. Our relationships make up a lot of who we are. It shows us who we are because, everything that is mirrored or that comes back to us is usually a reflection that we can see in someone else, whether it be good or bad at times. Or if nothing else, to give you such a lesson that you can learn from something or something that you witness or experience in another person. But what I want to talk about is how we have to understand that our relationships with different people are different. It doesn't mean that we ourselves are different. It doesn't mean that we're being fake or phony or that we're not being authentic. But we can't, dare I say, treat or handle everyone a certain way, the same way I should say, because everyone has different ways that they perceive. Everyone has different levels of insecurities. Everyone has different levels of how they dissect information, content, and how you deliver it also has a big barrier on how it is, the communication is conveyed to the other person. And so we have to check the temperament of our relationships. Sometimes I feel like family, when you're dealing with family have a way of not always seeing you expand and evolve into the person that you are now. So you have a tug of war, so to speak, with the relationships that you have in your family versus that of those that you have with your friends. Why? Because your friends are chosen. Your family is not chosen. Your family is by default a relationship that is developed just by virtue of it being your cousin, your mother, your father, your sister, your brother. And so some of those relationships are found to be more challenging than those of your friendships. Your friendships usually are cultivated by what first? The conversation, the connection, and then you build a community around it. You build your tribe around that. And that's how your friendships develop. I can tell you firsthand, a lot of my friendships are my family because I was once in the military. And in the military, you have to have a sense of family because why? You're dependent on each other's for your life at times. And so, and to work together as a team to reach an objective or a goal. So those relationships tend sometimes to be even stronger than family. Now that doesn't mean that we're putting a hierarchy. It just means it's different. And hold on one second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. So yeah, you have to what was I saying? Kind of got distracted because I had to open the gate for someone. What was I saying? Hold on, let me figure out. Okay, I know what it was. So I was just saying that, your friendships do become your family members at times, and no one should dictate who has, I'm not going to say a level of importance, but the, um, everyone should respect your relationships because you are the one that draw value from different relationships. And anyone that tries to make you feel as though, you should be valuing your family relationship over your friendships relationships, be weary of that because that is a way of manipulation. It definitely is a way of manipulation. It's a way of having some type of authority, some type of territory over you, your time, your feelings. And that is a no-no. So I wanted to place emphasis on that because, um, there are people that struggle with that. They have a loyalty to family, even to a fault, a loyalty to our family, as we coin it, blood family, even if it means that there's levels of toxicity that's being fed. And me and my sister friend was talking about this morning, and it has become just something to note because I feel like people are getting robbed and they're torn between this loyalty battle. But it's not a question of loyalty. It's a question of respect. It's a question of value. It's a question of what parts people play as it relates to, you have certain friends that you can talk to about certain topics only because of the state of resonance. Some people may not have the same experiences, so you wouldn't go to everyone on a blanket level with the same concern or the same topic of discussion. Why? Because we tend to give advice based off of our level of what experience. Sometimes we can generically give advice based off of the right thing to do, but the intricacy sometimes when we have a challenge and we bring it to certain individuals is because I believe that you have the tools for this particular situation to help me navigate through this, optimally. Okay. So we just got to keep that in mind and measuring the temperament of our relationships. It doesn't mean that any relationship is demeaning any more than the other. It just means that for you and yourself, you have to define how am I showing up for you in your life? And how are you showing up for me in my life? And don't place a good or a bad on it, but you can. I mean, if that's what you feel led to do. But I just feel like as individuals, as evolved beings, you need to be forgiving itself when it comes to not allowing people to place certain mandates on you because of who you are now today. Don't also allow people to hold the same flame to you that they had, years past. Who doesn't, who, where would we be if we're not meant to evolve and grow? Where would we be if we're not meant to change due to some of the things we've experienced? Don't let anyone hold you hostage in that. Don't let anyone put you in a box. Okay? I feel that so strongly because sometimes you have to check people and let them know, like, you can either learn me where I am as I'm trying to learn you where you are, respect me where I am as I'm respecting you where you are, or we can just choose not to have a relationship. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. We can have a deep, meaningful, therapeutic relationship, or we can have one where we're just high and by. That's just the way it is. On the flip side of that, it's also our responsibility to get to a mate to ensure that we too are allowing other people to evolve and grow and change and morph and not hold the same flame to them because we're all growing at different levels and different speeds. It's just like the healing process traditionally when you have an infection. Someone that's been working on themselves or someone that's been working out or eating healthy is, of course, going to recover faster than the person that hasn't taken care of themselves until yet they've had an injury or illness happen to them. They've had some type of life change or impact happen. So it is with our emotional state and our relationships. Okay? If I've been doing the work on myself and I don't react the same way I used to, don't hold me to a previous time where you've known me to react the same in this situation. I'm a different being. So all of this is saying, just forgive yourself for allowing people to make you feel ways. And you have to teach people how to treat you. Period. Point blank. You have to teach people how to treat you. And in turn, you have to learn from those that are trying to teach you how to treat them. Now, if that comes not to be in a harmonious, therapeutic way, we are okay to say, I love you from a distance. Our season is done. Bye-bye. I wish you well. And I think that at times in life, we have an issue with understanding when our seasons of change have come to the point where we no longer are mandated or obligated or feel led to cultivate those relationships any further. Now, this on the flip side of that, saying because we are learning each other, we do have to give space and time to figure it out. Okay? To figure it out. And sometimes that does come with a level of challenge. Why? Because as human beings, we have a hard time adjusting to change. Hear me when I say, it just depends on how much value, how much do you feel you impart into that person's life and how much they impart into yours. And in every season that may change. And we need to allow that change. Basically, if I had to culminate this, allow yourself to morph and evolve into the person divine is having you to be, while giving the same grace for others to do the same. Allow them to morph and change. Sometimes those changes, as they're morphing in stages, doesn't always say that you have to be firsthand present. It just depends. Our whole journey in life, we have ebb and flows, and we have ebb and flows at different times. And we just need not to feel bound to certain relationships, especially when we find that they're not serving us, even if it's faithfully. Okay? And that's just what I want to say. I've talked a lot to people that feel certain ways about family not allowing them to evolve into the person that they are now. And not respecting, most importantly, respecting. You don't have to always understand where a person is in their journey, but I'm just asking that you respect me in my journey as I am trying to respect you and your journey. We can agree to disagree, okay? And I think that's what it all boils down to, because relationships are important. People that say, I don't need anyone, that's not true. All of us are interconnected. We have something to show and mirror each other. And so there's times where something that you see that's not so pleasant in someone is either mirroring a certain part of you subconsciously, or it's meant for you to gain some type of lesson, or you're meant to make the decision and allow yourself to do away with the situation. And all of those things are okay. We need not to be manipulated or ostracized or made to feel belittled or made to feel like you're a freak because you are unique. Oh, that rhyme on the way. No, but I'm just saying all of that to encourage someone that may be feeling like they're made to be feeling like they're supposed to be in some level of a box. Get out of those boxes, honey. Free yourself. And all of us, if we're honest, battle this on different levels at different periods in different seasons in our life. It's because our old self is trying to navigate and preserve a level, and there's nothing wrong with that, as long as both parties are respectful and are understanding of your process and where you are in this time. So I didn't want to make this too long. I'm doing just good under 15 minutes. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I love you all so much. If you have any comments, please leave them in the comment box. Until we see each other again. Peace.